Today I'm reviewing the INKEE Gold Crow 150, which is a compact bicolor light designed for solo filmmakers and creators who need solid output. Hello, welcome to the channel. We go straight into the review. A lot of lights lately on my channel again. Stay tuned, I have another light coming after this review. What is the INKEE 150 Gold Crow 150? Compact, light, battery powered. This is a bicolor LED light going from 2700 Kelvin degrees up to 6500. Portable, compact, as you can see right here. Native mount, but also Bowen's mount. Designed for interviews, YouTube, filmmaking, run and gun shoots, all that kind of content. We're gonna do some unboxing. I show you what's in there. Well, you get the light, a small reflector at the front, instructions manual, carrying bag, and this really helpful handle. I stop on the handle right away because it's something I really enjoyed here. Of course, you have under your handle a hole to mount your light on a stand, on a standard light stand. Lot of threads, 1/4 and 3/8 inches on the sides, fingers, marks to make it more comfortable. And then I love how easy and solid actually the handle is to use. You got different degrees. You simply push this button here to unlock the handle, and then it doesn't move anymore. I have so many handles and adapters and brackets which are very fragile, and as soon as the light is a bit overweight, they can't hold it, so it keeps moving. There's no friction there, but this is solid. It's not gonna move because it locks. That's why I like it so much. Possibly you can use it as well on your camera as a top handle. Just wanted to show you. Let's talk about the build and design. I follow my standard list of things for my reviews. So body and build, very compact, as I said, very portable. It's just a cylinder basically, as you can see. We're going to talk about the measurements in a second. You've got internal cooling system, and you can see it right here all around the light. We've got 4 1/4 inch threads all around your light. So very useful for stands, tripods, the handle as well. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all there. Reflector, tiny. There's a lock for the mount in the front here, which are these 2 tiny pins, call it whatever you want. Just simply lock the reflector into place. Okay, the interesting thing here, this is a native, I think, INKEE mount for your diffusers. It's pretty innovative. So we can open up these arms and turn it into a standard Bowen's mount. So if you own already reflectors, softboxes with Bowen's mount, it's now universal. And again, we lock it with this tiny lock there. We have a display at the back right here. It's quite big. And we have this wheel on the body, which is our operating button basically. And we are going to talk about this. But first of all, I want to talk about the dimensions and the weight of the light. And I've got my tape measure because I never trust the brands. So I'll do it myself. Okay, length. Approximately 24.5 centimeters with 6 centimeters. That's exactly what it was on paper. So there you go, that's your measurements. With the reflector, it goes up to 30.5 centimeters, all right? In terms of weight, it's 1.1 kilo. Very light. You can stick 2 of these things into your backpack for run and gun shoots. Okay, let's talk about how we operate this light. And as I mentioned before, we only have a wheel on the body here. Okay, so I actually talked to the brand because I don't like this. It's not intuitive enough. It's not practical enough for me because I took a while to figure out how it works. I mean, I'm a bit dumb, but it's not that intuitive anyway, and it's just fiddly. I didn't really enjoy it. I just prefer switch on button, temperature, power. Like 3 different buttons with 3 different actions each, one each, right? So easy. So this one, for example, we can put it in airplane mode. Because it's battery powered, there is a risk in your bag to turn the light on without wanting to. So they created an airplane mode, which is a lock. And first of all, you spin this wheel to unlock it, well, to turn it on actually. Then there is the airplane mode on, as you can see. To unlock that, you need to keep spinning until the green light at the top appears. Well, now you got rid of the airplane mode. Now you need to unlock it again. And you keep rolling. Oh, there you go. And now you've got your power. And you operate your power, you dial up and down by moving the wheel itself. If you want to change the temperature, you scroll up on the monitor and you use the wheel again. And you do that back and forth. Now, I just couldn't turn it off. I didn't know how to turn it off. So you need to go all the way down to 0 and keep going until you got the locking icon here, the lock icon, and you keep going again in airplane mode. And now it turns off after a few seconds. There you go. Apparently you can control this via apps. I downloaded the app and I couldn't manage to figure it out. Also, I checked on YouTube and another guy couldn't figure it out. So it's probably still not working. Power options, we said it runs via internal battery. It runs up to 80 minutes at 100 watts. So we got to 100%. And that's another thing I didn't really get. So we go up to 100% and you can run with a battery up to 80 minutes like this, but you can keep going and you go up to 150%. And now you can run the light up to 45 minutes with this full power. And I can hear the fun going on. You can still use your mains as a USB-C connected to your socket there. I still don't know how to pronounce that. Socket. You help me. Write it down here. So basically it means when you use it at 100%, you're using 100 watts. When you go to 150, you're using 150 watts. That's what I understand from the specs. Price, you can find it online at the moment at around 200 British pound, or the links in the description if you want to purchase it right from my links. We're going to use it as a key light right now. So I'm gonna swap it with my key light here and show you the brightness. Alrighty, here I am, guys, at 1% of power, 100 Kelvin, color temperature. Settings of my camera, 24 frames per second, shutter speed, double that, ISO 800, f8 at the moment. Let's go to 20%. Okay, 20% right here. I still have 2 layers of diffusion and the grid. Okay, 50%, it kind of works in terms of exposure. With these settings, I think it could work. At 50%, pretty cool. Let's go to 100 right away. Here we go, 100%. Still exposed, not overexposed yet. And let's go to 150. 150% right here. By the way, if you remove the softbox, I'll show you in a second here. Put the reflector on once again, we turn it on and check this out. You can brighten the whole room by reflecting the light, 150% bouncing. You could literally, I mean, I can see my room clearly as in daylight. It probably doesn't appear so in camera, but yeah, it looks like daytime. Oh, here we go. Okay, I couldn't hear the fan before. Now it sounds like an airplane. And it keeps going higher and higher. 150%. What? Wow, I can feel the hair as well blowing. So definitely 150% you can hear it. Okay, let's talk about my thoughts. A bit of pros and cons. It's very portable. I like that is battery powered, always useful in outdoors shoots, of course. It's powerful. Again, I didn't show you this. I like the option to have the standard Bowens mount, but we have a problem there, which I'm going to show you now as well, and which I talked to the brand about as well. Okay, let's say we have our standard Bowens mount diffuser here, right? As you can see, we have some light spilling from the back of our light because there's so much space here between the light itself and the Bowens mount of the diffuser. So you've got this light coming out, which is not ideal, so you need to mask it out somehow and flag it out. Otherwise it's going to affect your scene. It's not such a big thing, but it's there, you know. I didn't like the wheel, how the whole thing operates in a way. Again, not a fan. Love the handle, very handy and solid. The app didn't work, so if you place the light quite high, you need to pull the stand up and down and keep changing the settings, as I have done with the brightness test, so it's a bit of a pain there. I think nowadays you need to have control via app in all these lights because there is the technology there. My honest opinion, guys, sorry, INKEE, I like the power of it, output, but with the same money you can probably get a more versatile light and a bit more practical. That's my thought. Let me know what you think down here anyway, because I'm always curious to hear other filmmakers' feedback. So if you have it, if you have tested it out, let me know as well. You might change my mind. But I hope the video helped out. Subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned because more stuff is coming.